Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today we're going to descale the Keurig K Supreme Plus Smart Coffee Maker. So this was just released July of 2021. And once again, Keurig has changed the way you descale your coffee maker. They're trying to make it a little easier, but their manual is not quite right. So they want you to wait. You're eventually going to get, please descale your coffee maker, and you're going to get this little icon up here. That's what they're wanting you to wait for now. No longer can you put the machine in descale mode before it tells you when to descale it. Now you can still run a solution through it and brew it like a normal, we can still put the solution in there and run it through the machine like an old Keurig. But if your descale light is on, please descale. And the only way to get that is now we have to run the descale mode. Okay, so the quick start guide that comes with the coffee maker does not talk about descale. The only thing it says about descaling, it says every 3 months or when the descale notification turns on, it says to descale with the descale solution. It doesn't give you the instructions on how to do it. You have to go to the Keurig website and get the use and care guide. It's a PDF on their website. It's right below where you buy the Keurig machine. Okay, so on the Keurig website, you're going to go to the Keurig.com, click on the Smart Plus Coffee Maker like you were going to buy it. We're going to scroll down, see where it says Show More. Click that, scroll down some more. There's this little bitty link. It says Use and Care Guide. If we click on that link, it brings up a PDF. This is a really nice, that's the Use and Care Guide PDF. This has a lot more information in it than the manual that comes with the coffee maker. Okay, so in this manual, there's a whole section on descaling. It says the brewer is going to turn that on every 3 months, but I did contact them. It's after every 250 brews also. So mine came on before the 3 months because I did a bunch of brews, and so it's going to count how many brews you're doing and then turn the light on. But here's something I want to show you that's not correct. They said they're going to fix this. It says, if you would like to descale your brewer, but don't see the descale notification on the display, press both arrows at the same time to open the settings. Then select descale mode. This is not correct. I was not able to select descale mode before the descale notification came on. So originally, I tried to access the descale mode on this first coffee maker, on this first K Smart coffee maker, and I couldn't access it because it says, so if we follow the manual, it says if I press these two buttons, I'll get into the settings mode. Press next. There's Wi-Fi, high altitude, language, water filter, brewer, support. Nowhere can you get into descale mode. They made it sound like if you just keep pressing this next button, you would see descale mode and you'd be able to do a descale mode before the notification came on. So they sent me another brewer. I tried the exact same thing. It didn't work on the new brewer. I contacted them again. They were really good on the phone. The guy on the phone contacted his second level engineering. It took him a day to get back to me, and they said the manual's wrong, that you're not going to be able to access the descale mode until it comes on. And that's the first time I've seen that symbol. And it says, please descale. And this, I don't know if you can see it, but this light is flashing right here. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be following the procedures of descaling it with the notification. So one other thing I want to point out, so I never got a notification. It said the smart in-app features, I'll get maintenance alerts. So I never saw my maintenance alert pop up on my app yet. I've checked all around the inbox. Now it just came on today. Maybe it takes a day for it to get to the app. I'm not sure, but this is connected to that coffee maker. The descale light is on and I don't have a notification. I would have thought it would have showed up in the inbox or something, but okay, so I'll be following this step by step because I've got the notification on. I'm going to empty the water out of the reservoir. I'm going to remove the filter. So it says empty the entire bottle if I'm using the bottle, or if I'm using the pouch, add 3 more cups of water to the reservoir. So here's what they're talking about. This is the descaling solution from Keurig. And if you've ever wondered where the instructions are, there's a little thing there that says peel there. And when you peel back, there's a whole set of instructions. Unfortunately, the instructions for the Smart Brewer are not on this list. So today, again, I'll be using the 14 fluid ounces descaling solution that comes in the 3-month care kit, or you can buy it by yourself. It's $6 or $7 at Walmart. It's a little more expensive off of Amazon. Now, the other thing they were talking about, this is new, this Descale and Cleanse starter kit. It's got this descaling pouch in here. So it's the same solution, it's just not much of it. I'm not sure why they're doing this, but so if you use this pouch, you've got to add more water than when you use this. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to come over here, remove your carbon water filter. It's a good time to change it, but just leave it out for the entire duration of this process. Whatever water you have in this reservoir, we're going to dump it out. Okay, so next we're going to take the descaling solution. We're going to dump this whole bottle into the water reservoir. Now it is a little sudsy, that's okay. Now I'm going to take this over to the sink. We're going to fill this bottle up with water, and we're going to dump this water back in here. That'll give us a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so I've got this filled with water. Then we're going to dump it into the water reservoir. Okay, that's all the water and solution that we're going to add. We're not going to add any more. Make sure you got something that can hold at least about 12 ounces of water. And you're going to want to give yourself about half hour to 45 minutes from start to finish to do this. Because after this, we got to do a bunch of fresh water rinses. Now, when we start descale mode, we don't want to interrupt it. Again, make sure your K-cup basket's in. We're not going to put a K-cup in, and we're going to leave the handle closed. Once we're in descale mode, we don't want to interrupt it. Now, it will run all this solution through. The add water light's going to come on. Then we're going to have to put some water in there. You will still be in descale mode during all of that process, even when you add water. And at the end, it'll come out of descale mode automatically, and it'll turn your descale light off. This is the only way to get the machine to not say descale. In the past, you would just run solution through it, clean it, and the machine would sense that it was clean, and the descale light would go out. That is not the case anymore. You have to run this mode start to finish, uninterrupted. So if you do interrupt it and make a mistake, finish the process, but then you can just use water, put it back in the descale mode, and then run it through that way. Okay, so now we're going to press this button. Descale brewer. For instructions, visit support.com. So I can do this later, but I'm going to hit continue. See, this button is lit. It is lit corresponding to what is said there. So if I don't want to do it now, I could do it later. Hit continue. Which Keurig descaling solution are you using? I'm using the 14-ounce bottle. I'm not using the pouch that came with this. So hit the bottle. Wow, this is going to walk you through it. This is my first time doing it. It's going to tell you exactly how to do it. Ensure no pod is in the chamber. You've got 12 ounces, a cup to hold it. You're going to repeat hitting the brew button until the add water light comes on, so hit continue. I'm in descale mode. Okay, see how the 12 ounce, I didn't press that button. This is lit up and this is flashing. So now I'm just going to press the brew button. And now it says dispensing hot water. It's going to run the descaling solution and the water through the machine now. So inside, you've got a heating element inside here that minerals will build up on it. So if your coffee's not tasting as good, if your coffee maker's really loud, or if your coffee's not as hot as it should be, those are all signs that it's time to descale also. So I'm taking a look at the app during this. I'm not seeing the app shows we're in descale mode. Okay, so I've got to go empty this out. Again, this is flashing. I'm going to press the big K button. We still got some more solution to go. I suspect the add water light's going to come on after this brew. I like using the Keurig solution. It's not super, I mean, there is a little bit of suds in it, but it does seem to clean the machine pretty good. And it does seem one of the easier ones to rinse. Because when we're all done, we're going to have to do some fresh water rinses. I was just curious if the water coming out is when we're in descale mode, is it any different? 192. That's about when you're brewing a cup of coffee. I have seen 195, 198 when I'm brewing a cup of coffee. So we can see the machine is getting pretty low. We're still coming through. Okay, so it should tell us. Okay, so I would have suspected the add water light would have come on. The add water light did not come on. I'm still in descale mode. It's still wanting me to brew another 12 ounce. You know, that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck this chamber dry. And that's bad for Keurigs to run a pump through there dry. So at this point of the descale process, I don't recommend going any farther. Now I'm going to show you in the video that I go farther and it will suck the tank dry. I don't think that's very good for the machine. Yours may not experience this, but what I recommend doing is unplugging it and starting the descale process all over again. And since you've ran the descale solution through already, you can just fill it up with water with that container. Use 2 containers of that water and fill it up and try it again. Hopefully the next time you'll get past this point without keep going and possibly ruining the machine. But I'm going to show you how I do it, just so hopefully Keurig's going to fix this. So I'm going to keep this in the video. I'm going to do exactly as I'm showing, because what I've found in the past is if it's doing this to me, it's probably going to do the exact same thing to you. And I will notify Keurig what happened when I did the descale mode. Okay, so I emptied that. I'm going to do it again. See what happens. It's going to run dry. Man, in all the previous ones, when you're in descaling mode, the add water light comes on. It kind of stops pauses the process. You add the water. I don't have much there at all. Yeah, see, it's cavitate, just like I had thought. That is not good for a Keurig. Error. Apologies. An error has occurred. The brewer is being canceled. Or the brew. Oh boy. Okay, so I've got to click OK. Huh. We're still in descale mode now. And I just want to show you that I am following the instructions word for word. I'm pressing the brew button. Repeat until the water reservoir is empty and the screen says add water. So I'm going to upload this video to show Keurig. This will be on my website. That's going to be the easiest way for me to tell Keurig, hey, look, I did the descale and here's exactly how I did it and here's what happened. Okay, so at this point, I'm not sure what to do, but I am going to, so let's say the add water light did come on. What I would do is so there's my solution. I'm going to take this over to the sink. I'm going to rinse all this out and I'm going to put fresh water in it. So even when I take the tank off, the add water light's not coming on. Okay, I rinsed the tank out. This has just got fresh water in it because this is what we would do after that. These would be fresh water rinses, but so let's just press the K button. Hopefully the machine still works. Okay, looks like it's still working. That's good. See, on this one, anytime you remove the water tank, I don't know what's up. Even this brand new one I got from Keurig, when I take the tank off, usually the add water light comes on. Things are just not acting right. Okay, so this one over here finished. We're still in descaling mode. And I'll press this, I'll go empty this and press this again. Okay, we're still in descale mode. I'll go empty this and do another one. Okay, I'm going to do another one. We're still in descale mode. I'm going to empty this and I'll do another brew. The water is going down. Okay, so I'm just doing normal. I'm not in descale mode on this other one, but the add water light came on. But I had to run the water down by doing water brews. But if I took the reservoir off, the add water light didn't come on. That was unusual. Okay, so back over here, we're still in descale mode. I'll do another one. Okay, I'm still in descale. We're coming down. I'll do another one. So what we are doing here, we are at least doing the fresh. We are rinsing out whatever solution was in there. So you do have to do this, but I would have thought the machine would have walked you through the freshwater rinses. But again, we never saw the add water light come on. Maybe you don't see the add water light come on. I'm not positive. I am going to be contacting Keurig. But so we are at least, that was fresh water. We're running a whole thing of fresh water through it. That's usually good enough to clean out the rest of the descaling solution, is to run one complete reservoir through the machine to clean out the solution. So hopefully sometime we're going to see this descale complete. Okay, so we're getting pretty low with the water. We're still in descale mode. Yeah, wants me to do another one. I don't know that there's 12 ounces in there. I'm going to do it. At this point, I am going to be contacting Keurig that this, I just don't know if it's working right or not. Again, I'll do another 12 ounces. I don't think there's 12 ounces in there. I think we're going to get that error. Okay, it's sucking dry again. We're going to get a bunch of steam, and it's going to say an error, I bet. Yeah, error. I'm going to post this video. I'm going to put a warning. I'm not recommending to do it. I need to contact Keurig, but I need to post it so that they can see the video. But I'm not sure this is right. All right, so it says hit OK. See, even there's no water in there. It says. Yeah, it just won't say add water. I think if it said add water, logically, the machine would go into the fresh water rinse, and then at the end of the fresh water rinse, another add water light would come on, and then it would say descale complete. So now I'm just playing. Put a little bit of water in there. Okay, so when it's done with this one, I'm gonna unplug it and see where we're at. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Okay, I'm still in descale mode. I'm gonna unplug it. I'm gonna let it think about itself for a while. Okay, so let's plug it back in. No, we still have the descale icon. So by not completing that, it says please descale. So I'm going to run through it again. Maybe I did something wrong. This time I'm just going to use water though. Okay, so I just filled this up with water and dumped it in here twice. So now I'm just walking through the directions like I did before. Ensure no pod. I don't have a pod in here. Okay, so that's flashing and the 12 ounces lit. Okay, I'm going to empty this and we'll do another one. It still says descale mode. So if the add water light doesn't come on after this one, I'm not going to do any more. Because I'm brewing another 12 ounces, so the add water light should come on after this brew. Okay, so it's done. See how we have very little water in there? It worked this time. How about that? It didn't work the first time. Okay, so it worked this time. I'm going to leave it in the video just because I think it's going to happen to somebody else. But if you continue and do it again, the second time it does work. Look, rinse reservoir and fill to the max line with fresh water. Brew 12 ounces of hot water. Repeat until reservoir is empty. Okay, so the add water light doesn't come on, but it sensed that it didn't have water. It senses the water is low, so it's telling me we're going to do something different. So if this was your first time and that was the descale solution, just go empty that out, rinse this out with soap and water, and then fill it up with just fresh water. Okay, I've got the water reservoir filled up completely with just fresh water. Now this is lit, so I'm just going to hit the continue button. We're still in descaling mode, but at least now I feel like logically it went to the next step. So we're probably going to have to, I gotta hit the K button. Dispensing hot water. So we're still in descaling mode, but I think when it runs down this tank of water, we'll come out of descale mode. So I'm not gonna show you each one of those brews, but I am gonna sit here and I'm gonna do each one of those, and I'm gonna let you know at the end. I'll show you the last one and see how it does. But again, I debate whether to keep this in the video or not. I apologize for those that everything just works the first time. But I think for people, I think this will happen to other people. That's what I've noticed in Keurig. When I have a little quirk with a Keurig, I'm like, oh, was I doing something wrong or something? It's like, no, usually a lot more people will see the same thing that I saw. I'm still going to contact Keurig. Just, you know, they may say, well, it's working, but, you know, I still am going to contact them. Okay, so you know what I might do? So I might... Remember how when the water got really low and I said, oh, we shouldn't run the Keurig anymore because it'll run it dry? I might, at that point, stop the process and not run it dry because that is bad for Keurig machines. I think I would unplug it, let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, plug it back in, and it's going to bring you to the descale well, it's going to say you need to descale, and then walk through that process again. I think that's what I would do. I would start that process again. Now, you've already ran your descale solution through, and you're going to just have to reuse water because you just got to run the mode now. But you've cleaned your machine. You know, Keurig is this mode is getting more about the mode and not the actual cleaning of the machine. So, but you did run the cleaning stuff through, so now you can just use water. But that's what I would do. Instead of when it got low and it still wanted me to press the K button, I would unplug it, start it over again. I would do that until I got it to go to the next step like we saw. Okay, so we're getting pretty low. I would think the descale or it's going to sense something different, I would hope. Descale complete. Huh, how would you like that? You'll be rewinding a time when well, then hit the finish button. Now my add water lights, huh? Okay, so it did work. Again, this might be just a one-off on my coffee maker. I apologize for the video being so long. I just want to keep it there. I think other people are going to have the exact same issue I had. Okay, so I just put some water in the tank. My descale light I don't have it there anymore. So my machine is descaled. Let's just go into settings. Yeah, still no descale. Okay, but at least I was able to descale it. Again, if you don't run into the problems I ran into, then it should go pretty quick. And again, so when you get down to that one point to where I said, oh, I don't want to run this because it's going to run the tank dry, just unplug it and start the whole process over again. Granted, again, like I said, you've already ran the solution through, which is good. You'll have to use water next time. So if I find that this was just my Keurig machine, I'll take this video down. I'll put another video up that shows exactly how to do it without all the problems I had. But I am going to try to simulate this again on this one. I'm going to do a bunch of brews. You can brew just hot water. And I'm going to try to get that count up, and then I'm going to do a descale on this new one they sent me. And again, I'll put links to all of these products in the show description notes. I am an Amazon and a Walmart affiliate. If you do click on those links, I do get a little bit of money from those clicks, but the products don't cost you anymore. So it is a way of showing support for my channel. Thanks everybody for watching. And if you could, please like and subscribe.